Nightline continues from New York City with Martin Bashir.
'Tis the season for Hollywood blockbusters, and with a price tag in the ballpark of $300 million, the alien movie Avatar, directed by the ever-ambitious James Cameron, fits the mold to a T. And this time, Cameron has taken a page out of a familiar science fiction script, giving these otherworldly characters a real voice of their own. And for Brian Rooney, that is a sign of the times.
Navi.
Nari.
What's that again? Is that a real language?
Navi.
Nari.
It's Navi, a language for another world created right here on Earth. While making the action-adventure Avatar, director James Cameron created new cameras to shoot the movie in 3D, a fictional world called Pandora in which to set the story, and the first few words of a language for the natives to speak.
Give me a little Navi.
Wel, pots bimiang te corzelongia te ewa. Potewe.
And that is?
I was going to kill him, but there was a sign from Ewa.
Good morning.
There was a time back in the early days of Star Wars when it was acceptable for aliens to speak intergalactic gibberish. But then the language J.R.R. Tolkien created for his Lord of the Rings books ended up in the movies. And of course, the monster of invented movie languages is Klingon from the Star Trek series. Klingon, like the movies themselves, has developed a cult following of speakers.
Here at the Klingon Academy.
There are Klingon scholars, and on YouTube, you can find Klingon rappers. So Cameron had to have his own language, and it couldn't be Klingon.
Does it really matter? And the fact is, it really does, because over 2.5 hours, you have to hear the same type of pronunciation, the same type of words, even if you can't understand the language.
Well, Nati.
The job of giving voice to Navi went to a linguist at the University of Southern California.
You had to have consistent syntax, the rules for putting words together in phrases and sentences. And it had to be pronounceable by the actors, and it had to sound good.
The result is a language of about 1,000 words that sounds part Slavic, somewhat Asian, with a little spicing of African and Native American.
And that means?
It means these demons are forbidden here. Very useful phrase, obviously.
It makes for some linguistic tangles.
Don't. Got this.
The lead actor is an Australian.
But for me, I've always found it very hard to shape my accent.
Playing an American soldier.
Okay, location, shack. And the days are starting to blur together.
Who has to learn the language of Pandora.
Navi.
Nari.
Navi.
Nari.
Navi.
I have enough trouble with English, mate, let alone Navi.
Well,
Nati.
Well, Nati.
Yeah.
Anyone would.
There are 3 ejectives in the language. There's a P ejective, a T, and a K. These are sounds that kind of convey sort of a popping quality. And they're not produced with air from the lungs, they're produced with air from the glottis. So it's kind of... Hold your breath and make a T sound as loud as you can.
You think your high school French was tough?
Say the whole thing.
Yeah. So knowing aho pivenk ofu, weru brte lu.
It was no joke for the actors who had to learn their lines in Navi.
Can you give me a little Navi?
Please forgive me, brother, is Worut Olivu. Hunamasatnok. Divuingeya tireya. That means, please forgive me, brother. May you go to the grandmother. May the grandmother take you.
There was one word I loved, moron. Scown. Scown.
You can't do a whole sentence in Navi.
No, I can't anymore. I can't. It's a very interesting language, and it is a language, and people will be doing Hamlet and Navi one of these years.
Run! Although, something might be lost in translation. Brian Rooney for Nightline in Hollywood.
And our thanks to Brian Rooney for the translation.